Attention bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn, so please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen! Hello, yodelers. We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I'm your host today, Peter, with my co-host
Jackie
and
Chiefeth
and
Father Yodeler.
And today we are getting into our armchair Imagineering chairs.
Oh, I like this. It's a nice chair.
It is.
I got a really good one. It's got arms.
You got.
I'm the only one that actually has
You
arm.
actually have a nice chair.
My chair hurts.
Well, we put a nail.
You got to be able to push the buttons to get this going. Dash put a tack on there.
Ah, dang it.
Now, in the past, we've had several of these armchair Imagineering episodes where we remodify usually someplace that
It's really bad.
is usually really bad. We've done Tomorrowland,
Monsters
Toontown?
Inc.
we've done the Hollywood
Oh, Tomorrowland, yeah, for sure.
area. We did Dino Land.
Yeah.
And now that all those areas are changing except for Tomorrowland,
That will never
That will-
change.
Hey. Tron is getting an overlay.
Tron is getting red lights, right?
Hey, respect the Imagineer work
And
right there.
Walt.
Yeah, and they're getting
Yeah, they're getting a Walt animatronic.
Tomorrow never comes, so why get to it? You know?
So like we're like, well, what else can we do? And so we just I said, well, why don't we just take a land and just blow it up and do what we want?
Bulldoze,
with it.
baby, bulldoze.
it all. And so let's start at the beginning. We clockwise from Main Street. So from Main Street, we'll go to Adventureland. So we're gonna bulldoze Adventureland.
That one
Nothing-
hurts because I worked at Adventureland at Disney World, and so I was all like, "Oh man,
So
there's
no-
some holies of
No-
holy."
nothing is sacred. Jungle Cruise, Tiki Room, Indiana Jones.
What about the treehouse? Yeah, bring up the treehouse. Why you bring that up last?
Because it's the last one.
It
It's
is.
the last
He's
thing
going
in
in
the land.
order.
Oh, okay.
It's the last thing in the land. I did mention the gift shop or Bengal barbecue.
Bengal barbecue.
Sorry, I didn't mention that.
That was supposed to go away a long time ago.
It was.
Really, they're supposed to get rid of Bengal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they,
Get
they,
rid of
they
it.
announced that it was closing.
And then it just...
It never
just
did.
never
That
did.
was
Close.
years and
Yeah,
years
it
and
was.
years ago.
Yeah, I
And then
remember that. And
they got
everyone
rid of
was
the gift
freaking
sh-
out. Yeah.
Oh,
then
yeah.
they got rid of the gift shop next to
The
it.
Indiana Jones one.
Mm-hmm.
And
They just moved
expanded
it.
the seating.
And then they realized, hey, if everybody loves Bengal barbecue so much, let's just raise the prices and make them a little smaller.
I know. It's like instead of 3 pieces of meat, you get 1.5.
They took the chicken nuggets and they're like, we'll just put popcorn chicken on there and glaze it.
They'll never know.
So we're gonna kind of go through the land, and we all have rough ideas of what we might do with each section of the land, and so we'll kind of share, and we'll maybe make our own new Adventureland. Are we gonna bring back the Jungle Cruise, or are we gonna do something new? and
That's a lot
different?
of real estate.
It is.
That's like Autopia size real estate.
So let's start with the entry point, the Tiki Room area.
All right,
What are your thoughts on that area?
hear me out. So, you know how in Star Tours there's a new like show,
Yeah.
or there's like you're not gonna get the same ride. You'll get different sequences. I think you do that with the Tiki Room.
Okay.
So you have Tropical Serenade kind of with different Disney songs. So you kind of keep the same place, but the shows will never be the same. But you can do an OG Tiki Room.
With Iago?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No. with the original, you'll have like a time period between
Sure.
like 4 to 6 o'clock, or like the last bit of the hour, like between like the last 2 hours, it's like OG. And like if it fills up to 80%, you have to get like a fast pass to see those shows. And if it reaches 80%, then you can start like selling the fast passes to get people for premium seats in there, the ones with the back.
Okay. To expand on that,
Okay.
why don't we take out Tropical Hideaway, expand the Tiki Room, and have a dinner type show.
What it was originally
What it was
planned.
originally
Is that what it was supposed to be?
Yes,
Okay.
that was my thing. Is why don't we go to what it was? Disney makes more money with people paying to sit down and watch the show.
Like they can kind of treat it the same way they treat the
So
Tomorrowland.
Rainforest Cafe.
Look,
But Tiki
but
Room?
Tiki Room.
Tiki
but like
Room.
you can look at it kind of like what they do with the Tomorrowland Terrace at Disney World's Tomorrowland, where you have Sunny Eclipse, where you've got the animatronic doing the show every 5 minutes. It's playing music, so it's not like you're stuck and you have to watch the whole show while you eat. Like every 5 minutes, they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna sing this song," and you got different
Right.
segments that'll happen.
Kind of has that
throughout.
golden horseshoe, like where you're being entertained while you eat.
While you eat.
But
Because
you're
we
not,
lost that in Frontierland, and you don't really have that. And these you don't have to pay the performers.
Right.
You just have the show, and it's
Yeah.
you could do sequencing, and like I said, like you can change the songs where they don't have to be the same.
Right.
Even kids can get into like their favorite princess song or seeing.
I think you don't lose people that say it's sacred. You can't do that to the Tiki Room because it's going back to what the original
it was
plan
supposed to be.
and you're just changing the room, making it larger, and now you're serving food, more places to sit down. You can sit down longer. All the chairs will have backs because you're
Right.
gonna
Now, fast pass, premium price. That was from Bob Chapek. He was like, "Yeah, we need to do that." No, he didn't do that. That's completely not true.
And so that's the
That's
same
where you were
lane I
thinking.
was going for the Tiki Room.
Does it bleed into like that little
The
restaurant?
tropical-
Is that what it is?
The
right next to-
Tropical Hideaway.
Is that
yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
Tropical
That
Hideaway.
would probably be what would happen.
I would even say make it even bigger, and it goes into that because, in my view, Jungle Cruise is completely wiped out. So, like, I would say like this would be a massive sit down.
Big sit down.
I like a nice. Would you be like a quick service or?
I'm okay
no,
with
no.
it being quick service because it allows the option. Just it's passive.
Not reservation. It's not like over
Like a
at
blue-
Disney World at their Adventureland where they have the sea,
Jungle.
the
Cruise.
what is it? The
skipper
organization
canteen.
C kind of.
I'd rather
Restaurant.
see it be a Blue Bayou.
Oh, you want a Blue Bayou
you
experience?
want-
I think a higher dining.
That's what I think.
experience.
Another anchor over there.
I
Yeah.
like the passiveness about it because it allows the ability to, like, it'll be different every time you go.
Yeah, but it'll get underappreciated. If it's higher dining, it turns into like Blue Bayou
Yes.
status. And like Blue Bayou's overhyped in my opinion.
Yeah, it's always overrated. Everyone who's eaten
Yeah.
there goes, "Oh, it was overrated." But it was the atmospheric that sold you on it. I'm eating at Pirates of the Caribbean. Now you can sell it like we're eating with the Tiki
Right.
Room and the birds, and they sing to
And
you.
it's
a
I mean,
way
it's
to-
new every time. It's
and
not
even
the same.
when you go into the Tiki Room, it feel like you're escaping like the heat, the crowds.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would be like the same for the restaurant. You're escaping.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to have a McDonald's feel to it. That we're just here, we're eating, we're leaving. No,
It's
this
kind of
is- it's a
the golden
show.
horseshoe kind of like you
Yes.
get in there and you're like, oh, this place has been cheapened so much, and it's disappointing when I come in there. Let me get my order and I go, and I just like there used to be a great show here,
Yes. There
and now it's just a cafeteria like room, and it's like, oh
Maybe
man.
you get a pianist,
If they want to pay for one.
Well, they got a player
They got-
piano in the corner. so-
yeah,
but yeah, no,
like
that
music
was,
can do that.
That was my thoughts about the Tiki. If it were keeping the Tiki Room, that's how I would want. But
Out of
change
everything in
it.
Adventureland, that was the only thing that I kept was the Tiki Room.
That would plus it. you know.
Correct.
That's a plus. It's
I mean, you'd still require you to demo the whole thing.
yeah, because it's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
rebuilt. But you can use the same.
Only this section of the room gets the Tiki experience. You over in that corner, you better bring your binoculars. What song are they singing? I can't hear. The lady is chewing too loudly over table 14.
Right?
Oh, the steak is so good. Oh, I love the
That smells like oranges.
That's what I was thinking.
you get the orange scented corner.
Really, that lady's everywhere in this park.
Did we want to move on to the Jungle Cruise aspect? I mean, it's a huge section. Do you guys have an idea of what you would do with that huge section of the
Wouldn't
park?
mind keeping the Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
But you add Muppets in there.
That's your solution for a lot of things.
Just so the Muppets.
You know what? You know what Tom Sawyer needs? Tom Jones Ghost Muppet.
It would be fun for the Muppets, because sometimes, like, the Skippers, it's a hit or miss, and most of the time it's a miss.
I've never had a
Unless
bad
you go at
experience
night.
on.
I've
Nighttime's
had
the
good
best.
We've had some.
Oh, so bad. Or you get, like, the Skippers that are, like, overly trying really hard, and you're just like, yikes.
They're thirsty for laughs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was one we had this last trip, and she was desperate. Like, she was.
Please laugh.
So are we having cast members with the Muppets handling the wheel underneath there? Like,
No, they're popping
Yeah, they
out
have
of
to be
the
on their
jungle,
back,
right?
and
they're
they
on
have
their
to do
back
this.
the whole time.
No,
helping the Muppets.
My full arms are so tired,
We're
sir.
gonna call it the Muppet Cruise, and what you're gonna see is, here's the.
I don't want the guy
Big
that does
Bird,
dynamite.
yeah.
That one scares me. The guy that throws the fish, that will be kind of funny. He's like, laugh, whack.
So you would still have the skipper drive the boat, and they would interact with the Muppet, probably a Muppet animatronic, in the Jungle Cruise scene.
It's raining.
It's like clenching.
They have
Water's coming out of
animatronics
Kermit's
now.
body because it's made out of foam. Like,
That reminds me of the Conan O'Brien where
Yes.
he was
Yes,
vomiting,
vomiting
but
Kermit,
the tube
yeah.
was stuck and it was bleeding going through his stomach.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh,
It
that's an
would
old
have
reference.
It would be fun to see, like, Miss Piggy, like, wrestling a hippopotamus, or
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. The hi-ya!
or Fozzie Bear trying to tell jokes to the lions.
As or the rhino as he's like
Yeah.
climbing and does like little Fozzie puns. Golly, the Disney fans would be so mad. They would be so livid that you did that to like Jungle Cruise.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
Muppet,
Oh,
our
yes.
holy ride.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
think
better
so.
off destroying it than
I don't
muppifying
think so.
it.
I like it. It would be very fun.
It
I
would
would
be
I
enjoy
think
fun.
it
it.
would be entertaining. and
Even
you
if
still
it was
have the
just an
Jungle Cruise.
overlay.
Yeah.
You know, you just
Yeah.
seasonal. We're just doing a Muppet overlay for.
Just you get the tribal people and you have like
Yeah.
Animal there trying to
Yes.
negotiate and be like, two heads, you know, like that would be kind of fun,
That
you
would
know.
be
You probably
entertaining.
just bring it in like this is just an overlay until it becomes so popular that that's it. That's
Yeah, you
all
got to
there
test out the
is.
water. It's kind of like the Red Hot Chili Peppers with like Space Mountain. They're like,
Right.
we'll try this. They're gonna love it, and everyone's like, we hate it.
that.
Give us our surfer
You
guitar
can have
back.
Kermit by the backside of water. That's the backside of water.
Yeah, the excitement, the fake, like, come on. It would definitely get
would
the little
liven it
kids
up.
involved, and you have the older generation that can appreciate like a Muppet being there. But yeah, it would suck to be the Muppeteer that's in the front of the boat, like, keep going. We have 3 more till our next rotation. You're like, my hands hurt, sir.
I understand the logistically. They cannot be in the boat.
Well, they would redesign the boat to kind of have like a secret compartment. You know
And
how
then
they've
one
always done.
pops out at the end, or Scooter comes out to say, "Oh, we got this going." You know.
Who would you want to be? What Muppet boat would you want? Like,
Which Muppet,
which Muppet
be
would
your
you want to be your
skipper?
skipper? I would want Sam the Eagle. That is a boa. And him doing both.
It's got to be Gonzo.
God, it'll be fun.
I want the rat. What's his name?
Rizzo.
Rizzo.
But Rizzo doesn't exist anymore. Like, they don't do Rizzo.
Yeah,
They don't do Rizzo.
They
No,
do
Rizzo's
Pepe.
gone. Pepe replaced Rizzo.
Oh.
Yeah. They did the switch.
I think Swedish Chef would be a great.
No, I think I've had that skipper before. Made about as much sense.
I'll have a Jumbo Yak with Jumbo fries.
he sees like something he could cook up, like going like a chicken. Oh!
I think that, yeah, I mean, like we talked about the Haunted Mansion having
Yeah.
that, you know, I've enjoyed talking about it, and I imagine I would have fun writing the ride. It would be something to look forward to if I was going to keep it
Yeah.
as is and enhancing it with an overlay. It's a fun one. That's a very fun idea.
That is fun that way. I could see it as an overlay, and if it's done right, it could stick.
Initially, my gut said no.
No, yeah,
Like, it was just a screaming, like, no, we're not going to do it. But then we talked about it. I'm all like, whoa, not bad. I kind
That's
of
kind
like
of how the
that.
Muppets are in general. They're like, people are like, no, but then you're like, okay.
You're like 3 episodes in, and you're like, all right, they've grown on me.
do we really want Muppet Treasure Island? You know,
Oh,
yeah.
man. I was all like, I've got to do.
Okay, let's hear other people's thought of getting rid of the that.
If I was gonna keep the Jungle Cruise, basically, I would turn it into the Jungle Book Cruise.
Ooh.
Because you're basically keeping it the same atmosphere, and you've got the animals in there, but now you've got the music of Disney. You can make it all going through it that way.
The animatronics would be really cool.
The animatronics would be fun. The music would be awesome. You've got the intro music as you're first going through there.
It does have that, like, journeying into the jungle
going in there.
music, yeah. Can we have the buzzard singing
Yeah,
at the end? They'll, like,
absolutely.
from, like,
no, at the end, it's my own home, when
Oh,
you're
yeah,
coming
yeah.
back into port and so
yeah, I could
on.
see that.
I must go to get a church.
Yes. So my dad's not mad.
Oh no, I guess it'd be Dole Whip or
Yeah.
Something themed.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think it would be easier to get people to swallow. We're changing from the Jungle Cruise to the Jungle Book Cruise.
Yeah.
You're hitting 2 Disney solids to where people aren't going total rejection. And you can move the Jungle Cruise skippers over to the Tropical Hideaway as a comedy presentation for everybody that's eating at that resident. They can
Ooh.
sit there and do their spiel while they've got the video of the old Jungle Cruise going through, and every now and then an animal will pop up in the restaurant. The elephant will be there, and
They turn into, like, Rainforest Cafe right
yeah,
there.
and then you have water coming off the side there when you get to the backside of water.
Okay.
You could turn it into a little show and a comedy club.
So it's a jungle, like, cruise
tribute
restaurant part.
with a comedy club with the skippers as the comedians.
So you don't lose it.
You
It's
don't
there.
lose it. It's there. And now you've got the Jungle Book Cruise going
The Jungle Cruise skipper
It
waiters.
would be like a Jungle Cruise comedy bar.
on. Yes.
Yeah, Trader Sam's kind of revered
Yeah.
by the jungle fans. So you could definitely move that bar kind of theming there and kind of have like a zone for an older group of people to go
Right.
where
And,
it's not as kid like.
well, although you've got like the Monster Floor or whatever, that comedy show, I could see that comedy working at that type of atmosphere as well.
Okay.
All right, I like it.
Okay.
I like the Cruise. Like when I was thinking of like the Jungle Cruise, I was like, I kind of want to I was like, could you do like a ground roller coaster that goes into the groove? Like you kind of want to keep the stuff there, but then I was all like, well, with the theme of adventure, what is kind of adventure? And it's like exploration. I was all like, why don't you go into like instead of going like how it normally goes, go the other way where you go into the temple and then you go through like a portal where you're going to like El Dorado or like another like Shangri-La, and you're exploring on the boat still, but you have that Bermuda Triangle kind of transportation in like the temple, and you could still do some of the things, but it would kind of be like strange like animals that we're not used to, or something like in Shangri-La, or like or have something chase, or I kind of wanted to keep with the adventure theme
Sure.
there, but also with the boats. Like I was trying to be maybe more realistic with the changes that Disney normally does, where they're like, we're gonna keep the skeleton as much as
Right.
possible because California code.
Right.
My first thought was that, okay, let's just do a makeover. That's where the Jungle Book cruise came in, and then I got thinking like, oh, maybe they want me to bulldoze this in the
No,
conversation or
I
whatever.
bulldoze.
Yeah, and
I bulldoze.
I considered it another option of bulldozing, so that's fine.
I like the Jungle Book idea. It's fun because the music's great.
The
and there's
music's
great
great,
characters
and
throughout. that.
Everybody loves, the fantasy characters, and it gets them in the right place, and
It's still adventure.
it's
And kids.
Yeah.
kids are gonna love
Yeah.
the music and everything, and go, oh, I saw him in that video, So
Yeah, it's definitely an underappreciated Disney film, and that transition into what the Bronze Age or the Dark Ages
Yeah.
of Disney animation.
So
What was your idea, Peter?
because it's a large chunk of land, the Jungle
Huge.
Cruise,
I mean, it's as big as like the lagoon,
I've kind of created
and
my own little mini
Utopia.
land within Adventureland.
Miniland.
A mini Hercules mini land.
Ooh.
okay,
Okay, so in the middle will be kind of like a playground themed to Phil's training ground.
Ooh, that's
So like a children's playground, because there's a big e-ticket attraction that sometimes little kids can't ride usually. And so usually when you're waiting, there's not much to do for littles in that area of the park. And so I figured having like
Yeah.
a playground area, and I was like, well, what theme? And I was like, you know what, Hercules, and having like Phil's training ground.
Yeah, you see how kids interact in Toontown, and they're like, they just want to touch,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
pull and rotate round and make noises. I mean, they just put roots in the ground, and kids are climbing
Yep.
and going all over the place there.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, as a dad, you're just like, you shift. You're like, where can I take my kids to be a kid in this
Right.
park?
And so I figured like that would be like a thing there. Now I did add a new ride. I put a mini coaster, kind of, I would say a little bit bigger than Gadget's coaster, but kind of having like a mini Hydra coaster
Ooh.
for kids. Like somewhere in between like a Big Thunder and a Gadget. So somewhere like,
in the middle, kind of like the springy Slinky Dog coaster.
so they like that, but obviously not as big as that, but
Okay.
something smaller.
I haven't
Something
been to it,
short.
so I really don't know how
Oh, you
big
haven't
it
been on
is,
that
but-
one?
No.
So,
I
like,
did it in Paris. It's actually not that big there.
Well, it's different.
It's different
It's
there.
a different ride.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. But like this would just be like maybe like a minute and a half, whereas like Gadget's coaster's like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like this would last like a minute and a half. A short coaster.
You're so generous with your
um,
experience for these people.
Well, like, you also like you can't go too high with that area because it's towards the front of the park, and so like Disney fans freak out about sight lines, so you can't have
Yes.
it too tall. So that's why it's like it's longer, but it's not massive. It's not going to be the big draw of the land.
It's really not going to ruin the atmospherics of like Indiana Jones because no one's outside ever in that line. Like
Right.
I never see the like bleed over and like where you're waiting forever to get inside. So
And so the last part of the land of that area is I'm creating a Hall of Heroes. So this is where you meet the guys like Aladdin.
Okay, instead of the
Hercules,
princess
instead of the
Like a
princesses,
fair.
like meet and greet, but you meet
Oh.
the
boy,
guys,
sounds like
the
a boy dad
dudes.
came up with this.
Well, it is what it is, But like, there would be a demand to see Tarzan, to see these other characters that you don't normally see. You always see the princesses.
You can
Obviously,
put Chang
the line
in there. Sign me up for the next war.
Indiana Jones.
He's gonna get the ladies in there.
Indiana Jones. Would it be cool to have a meet and greet with Indiana Jones? He
Yeah.
could totally
Oh yeah,
go in there.
Yeah.
You know,
I like the Hall of Heroes. That's good.
Like it's a bunch of little things. You got the playground.
But I bet you
got a little
Han
coaster.
Solo and Indiana Jones will never be there at the same
Well,
time.
that's why Han has a sweat because of the sweating of the fever from carbonite.
So like that's what I was like. I wanted to go a completely new direction with Adventureland and I played with the idea of adventure when I came with this little subsection. I created a little
Okay.
mini Hercules.
I like the Hall of
land.
Heroes. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's fun.
I like the meet and greet for the boy characters. They get overlooked all the time
Yeah.
because we're gonna get a villains park and they're gonna get their meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
You meet Maui, you know. So yeah, so that was my kind of idea there. Any other things you want to talk about when it comes to that Jungle Cruise-ish area?
So here's a kind
Sure.
of a fun e-ticket ride, I think. It would be like Tarzan theme. So
Oh, JF's on board.
yeah.
JF is on board.
Oh, is there Phil Collins?
TBD.
No. Nope. Is there Phil Collins? That's the question. Answer it.
Well, it would be like a ride where you'd be swinging through the trees.
Yeah, we can keep the Indiana Jones themes.
Monkeys?
Yeah, monkeys.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf will swing from the.
But it would be like it'd be kind of over Jungle Cruise too, like kind of like a
zip
like
line?
kind of like a zip line, but you're like swinging.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for like the buckets over.
Yeah, this is imaginary.
We can throw ice, like in Blossom.
I know, right? Throw ice on people. You know. Ooh.
I've been kicked out of the bar forever, but they did it on Blossom.
Right.
False advertisement.
See, no, I was going to take the zip line. I was going to take the treehouse and make a zip line at the top. So you got a reason to go. You're going up to get on a zip line that takes you to
What part?
downtown Disney.
Ooh.
No, I want to go to another part of the park.
No, this one's going to downtown
Where do you want to go?
Disney.
What park do you want to? What part of the list?
Just like
Go to that island. Go to Tom Sawyer's Island.
Tom Sawyer, that'd
Whoa,
be good.
That would be
good
fun.
Now you could go both ways.
Oh,
you could
can you
have
imagine
one that goes
zipline
to
during the
downtown
fireworks?
Disney, or no, I
I'm
think
Tinkerbell, yo! I'm Mary Poppins!
I think they're going to say no to that. And that was kind of what I was
That
thinking.
would be fun.
Maleficent's dragons on fire. You're like, too hot, 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 hot.
That's why I kind of said downtown Disney, because you're not flying over people going that way. You're just going to go out of the park. But it's a
You're
shortcut.
zip lining next to the monorail. No.
You're just like, hey. You have a cape, and the mud's like, no capes. It drops you off at the Disney gift shop. Bloop.
Do we have any other ideas for the treehouse? Since we're talking
As
about
long
it?
as you just have the organ music playing somewhere,
Yes.
I don't really care.
All right.
Yep, that's the thing.
the
You keep
only
everything about
thing.
that. I'm just adding a zip line to give it some more.
So you don't have to go
purpose.
down the stairs. When you get up to the stairs, you're like, okay, I can relax.
I'll take a
and
big
ride.
slide.
That would be fun, a slide. I'm fine with them chopping it down and just having an organ in the bushes. And it's like, doo, 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 doo. I'd be totally cool with that. Like, we could simplify this and create a bigger walkway.
All right. So then, what are your ideas for the big attraction?
Indiana Jones?
Indiana
Get
Jones.
rid of it.
No way.
Yeah.
Can't.
Get rid of it.
Oh no, but I got an answer for that.
Okay.
We're going to move the Indiana Jones experience to a different land.
Star Wars.
To no,
California
Enter
Adventure.
the fever dream.
to highlight my favorite part, my favorite scene in all the Indiana Jones
Melting
movies.
skin.
No,
Is it the minecart?
no. We're going to Tomorrowland. And as soon as the submarine leaves, you jump in the water and swim out to the submarine to get on top of it while everybody on the sidelines is cheering for you and the Indiana Jones music
Dun,
is
dun, dun,
playing,
dun,
wouldn't you just
dun,
feel
dun,
like, oh, I'm
dun.
Indiana Jones?
I don't want to swim.
So you get the person that's like, I can't swim, I'm
The
drowning,
bromine is killing my eyes.
but it smells so good. It smells like my childhood, but it burns.
That's my favorite scene of Indiana Jones.
I didn't know that was your favorite scene.
That's my favorite scene when he swims out to, when they say, there he is, I found him, there he is. You know,
mine's
and
the one he
everybody's-
like asked for the passport papers,
That's
and then he's all like, or tickets.
No ticket.
No ticket. That's the best
I
line.
wouldn't mind if they move Indiana Jones to California Adventure and replace Soarin'.
So you'd have an Indiana Jones like video montage on a big screen.
No,
I don't know.
no,
like I'm
move
at
the attraction.
to just
You have
bulldoze the whole screen.
Just
and the
move
traffic.
it.
Yeah.
You know, like how people move their houses down the highway. They just like lift it up and
just move
wheel
it
it
across.
over.
You don't have to move it. You just change the entrance over there because it's all there. So
Yeah, it's
Give that
close.
area theming, but that's a different topic. But
Okay, you're moving Indiana Jones.
I'm moving Indiana Jones, so it's not going away. But I'm moving Indiana Jones to California Adventure.
You're trading. You're like California Adventure. We're trading you
For
Indiana Jones for
Avatar.
more money and space.
I'm just adding an attraction to Tomorrowland. You don't have to bulldoze anything and still do Finding
I don't think
Nemo.
that's an
and
attraction. That's like calling canoe kind of an attraction, or just
oh,
vapor.
oh, that's an attraction.
That's
This
an
is
attraction.
That's an attraction. Dad sent me that picture and he goes, "What attraction am I on?" I was
Yep.
like, "Oh yeah, you're right here."
that canoes. Yes. So anyway, that's my answer to how do you keep the Indiana Jones?
I just love Indiana Jones. It's hard for me to play this game.
I want a Moana. They like.
Oh no.
Yes.
I
No.
want a Moana roller coaster.
Oh, I don't want a
Roller
roller
coaster?
coaster. No, it's got to be a water attraction.
Yes.
Okay.
And
It's
you're
right next to a water attraction called Pirates. Do
Yep.
we really need another one?
I thought about demolishing New Orleans as part of this experiment, making
No.
pirates a part
Boy,
of
you really
Adventureland.
drew outside of the lines on that idea.
I decided not to, but I thought about being like, well, we can just include pirates as part of Adventureland.
if we're not going to have an Adventureland, I was thinking, what do you replace it with? And I'm saying, well, what type of things are a hotspot like New Orleans? That's a fun place to go to. To think, I'm going to go to New Orleans. You think, oh, that's kind of fun. The music and the atmosphere. That's a fun place to go. What other places are there? There's the Big Apple. We're not going to rebuild Big Apple in
No.
Adventureland. There's not enough room. But I thought Polynesia Land,
Yeah.
where you got the islands and everything. You've already got the tiki room there, and it brings that spirit. Everybody wants to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that spirit of the islands, And so you make it all Polynesia Land, and Moana just falls into that because it was so well done and represents that culture, I think, well, based on the...
Now they're
the
gonna throw.
things that
Disney's gonna put Stitch in that thing. They don't care.
No,
Stitch is their moneymaker.
not in Moana, but I
Merchandise
got an
machine.
answer for the Stitch ride, but
Alien Encounter? Alien Encounter's going to Adventureland?
I'm thinking of you're starting basically off of the Jungle Cruise entrance, getting on a boat, and you have all the beginning music of Moana happening while you're in the land, talking about this is your home, this is the place you're supposed to be, and so on, and then you're going down there.
Yeah, you can have sparkly like lights, doing the path.
And you get the you're on the boat, and you've got like an aquarium on both sides to represent that point where she first encounters the ocean and the waters, and you can see all the fish and so on, so you can kind of
it's
have
Grandma.
that aquarium look. And definitely that's going to flow in there, but you go in there and you follow the long track down there, and you have the grandmother telling the story of Moana or whatever while you're going down there. And I see you going into the big room where Indiana Jones is, and I see it like an IMAX theater, but instead of being in front of you, the IMAX screen's up above you, because a lot of it happens up above.
The stars.
And so the stars plus all the action.
In the dart room, it's the Coco like mom or whatever they called.
Right.
They're shooting their little darts, and you're like,
You think,
yeah.
So I could see it to being a grand experience if you're watching
Like a
this from
planetarium.
underneath.
Yeah.
with that going on, and the Moana story kind of told there with the water and so on. And
Only
you got this going on.
if it ends with Olaf going, I am Moana.
My
could
thing
do
is,
that.
I like it's really
I like
well
the
done. The
idea.
story. What I see them happening is they're turning it into Finding Nemo at Disney World, where it's a
clamshell.
it's a clamshell
Body
and
mover.
you're going through an aquarium. They're like they just throw in projections going like, different Moana scenes, and it's just like, oh, you totally just ruined this
No, you
area.
can't
That's what I
do
see
that.
lawyers
That's when the
and
lawyers come
budgets,
in.
but in like Blue Skies, is that what it's called? Blue Skies, you can do
Yes.
whatever you want, kind of thing. That's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
I'd rather
you
do it
could
in,
have a lot of
in
fun with
Frontierland because they have the water right there.
that. We can even feature Shiny in there.
Why not? Well, you have to.
You have to.
Well,
Mateo. But and to make the Stitch fans, I figure you got to have a surfing experience, and so it's a surfing ride that's Stitch themed, and so you ride this attraction where you feel like you're surfing,
Okay, so like one of those like flat rides that are like the ones they have at like SeaWorld where they're like the board that goes back and forth.
I see them doing what like Ratatouille, where they just have us going from scene to scene in a big bucket.
And then you have to have in there a Polynesian luau type experience as well.
Ooh, that'd be a good restaurant.
Oh yeah. We've experienced it at Disney, and you can
Yeah.
experience it in Hawaii, and that would be a big draw. People would want us.
You could
money
have
for
it in
that.
between Disneyland and like.
It's
So
like
you could
in
go
the
there in
picnic
Disneyland,
area.
or you could do it in downtown Disney.
Yeah.
So you can access
Oh,
the
you can
restaurant
access
either way.
See, that's why I was.
There would
kinda
be
thinking
two sides, and like the ride could be the divider, but it's still under like one roof.
It's kind of taking that picnic area and
Yeah.
including that in there as well, and that's
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
where I figured putting the luau at.
That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
So yeah, that Polynesian
I
land
think,
was
yes. I agree with that. I like that.
I did not see that happening, with
But
any
you're
type
so
of changes.
attached to Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones Adventure. I really like Adventure. I like just the thought of like it's a place that things happen. It's
Right.
It's the one place where you get bottlenecked, and it feels appropriate to be bottlenecked. Like
Bottlenecked.
you're in the bazaar
yes.
in a foreign country, and you just
There's
like,
a
this
lot
is
of
how it's
chaos
supposed to
going
be.
on.
The
Yep.
merchants going, "Choo."
Yeah, when you do it in Frontierland, you're like,
Fish,
don't
we catch
touch
them,
me.
you
You
buy
are
them."
diseased human beings with dysentery. I've done Oregon Trail. We all die eventually on there. I'm not doing this here, but in the bazaar, you're like, no, this is really cool. They could even inject mosquitoes, and I'd be like, start smacking things. I'd be like, that's good theming. You could do that with the Polynesian land. It's because it's a habitat for them.
Yep.
And Stitch.
And you don't have to put Polynesian land in Adventureland. You can put it somewhere else if you find a spot for it in the new places they're planning.
I think you do it in Frontierland.
Yeah.
They got all that water right there. As I'm looking at the map, I'm like, that's a lot.
You got an island right there. Instead of being
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer Island, it could be a Polynesian
Tropical
tropical island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Absolutely.
instead of like the pirate boat, you can have like the little coconut people boat floating around,
Yeah.
It could
and
be.
then you could shoot like little air and stuff like that.
It'd be a little squirts of water.
Yeah, but yeah, you know.
You're like instead of the seagulls at Disney World where they come attack you for your fries, you're hit with water from there. You're like, like the spinning camels.
Yep.
So it sounds like Adventureland is bleeding into Frontierland.
Yeah.
And Tom Sawyer.
And also
Island.
Tomorrowland.
I'm trying to
we
preserve Adventureland.
We can
and this.
we can keep the Jungle Book Cruise and
I like
put
it.
in the Polynesian land. We'll just get Bulldoze Fantasyland. I mean, Frontierland.
Frontierland.
Did you have another idea for the Indiana
No,
Jones? Face, or
I-
you got to leave that alone.
It was just too hard for me to
Okay,
go down
that's
that
fine.
rabbit hole.
I went down the rabbit hole.
I just enjoyed too much where I had that mental block going, you hate this. So like I couldn't allow myself to be creative in that
This-
area.
when I first thought about this idea, and I'm all like, I want this experience. This attraction
I
would
want to
be
hurt my
called
brother. No.
Escape from the Cave of Wonders.
Ooh, you went Aladdin.
I went Aladdin.
Okay.
So the queue is you entering through the entrance of the cave, and the queue is you walking through the Cave
And
of
you
Wonders.
get to the magic carpets of Aladdin.
Everyone gets on a magic carpet, and you go through the experience of the whole thing activating, and you're trying to get out with the lava chasing
So
you.
is this kind of more roller coaster-ish?
You could honestly keep the Indiana Jones
Track.
structure, the track. You can just put a magic
Everybody's
carpet
all
and,
in one thing.
Okay.
You have
It's a
Sawa.
giant-
Sawa's still there too. Hold on,
gi-
folks.
a giant magic carpet,
I just need.
and you're going through the temple and you're escaping.
I just need a crazy
and then
guy.
you come to the end where
me the laugh.
where the giant boulder is. Instead of a giant boulder, you're at the exit, and you see Jafar there being
Your
giving your eternal
eternal
reward, and then you go down because you don't escape.
Oh, that's fun.
And then where the part where you see Indy with the boulder, you see Genie being like, "Follow me, I'll show you the way out," and then you get off the ride to get out of the
And then
Cave
it
of Wonders.
ends in a
You got-
whole new world.
You gotta have the friends like me.
Well, yeah,
song
well,
in.
and that's how
You
you would
gotta have the
end it
big
with
show.
that. Absolutely, but that
That would
was
be
just,
fun, yeah.
I was just
That'd
like,
be
that would be a
fun.
cool thing to do, to experience, because we all watched that part of the movie, the escape, where they're like,
Yeah.
like that would be an exciting ride. And
Yes,
so
it would. That would work.
So does that go on Indy or does it go in?
Indy.
It goes
Indy.
in Indy. So, what would you have in with that theming? What would you have at Jungle Cruise?
Jungle Cruise was the Hercules.
That's
area.
you would want the Hercules,
Yeah.
and then you have Aladdin. Okay. Because I know you said you're like it all worked together.
Yeah, because I played with the idea of adventure, not necessarily just meaning it's the jungle theme.
Yeah.
It's about adventure,
You
and
clean slate it.
heroes, and I kind of changed
I
the
like
meaning of the word adventure a little bit. Went through a different definition.
That's fun.
But wouldn't that be cool to be you're waiting in line and you're about to enter the Cave of Wonders, and the cave's only the diamond in the rough may enter. That would be
I
cool.
agree.
I think
I
all
like
these
that.
ideas are really fun.
And I want to tell the Imagineers we haven't copyrighted any of this. We have no intention
We
of
always say
suing
steal our
anybody.
ideas. Why not?
Please.
Yeah,
Steal
please.
them.
We want to come ride the ride. That's what
That's
ultimately
why
what we
we
want
are
to do.
coming
It.
up with these ideas.
I mean, they're getting rid of Monsters Inc. I mean, look at that. That was us.
Yeah,
We did that.
We got rid of
got rid of
Monsters,
that,
Inc.
not because it's a bad ride, but it's because we
They
complained
listened
about
to
it.
They listened to one of our
They
episodes.
listened to us.
And same with Dinoland. They got rid of Dinoland.
Dino what? I don't remember a place.
Exactly.
Because we erased it.
We erased it.
You know what? In one of our early episodes that wasn't released, I talked about Splash Mountain being Princess Tiana, and then a week later, they announced Princess Tiana.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
They listened to our unreleased
Yeah,
episode.
You're claiming something that Dad is not happy about. It's your fault.
Yes.
You just went down.
I have to go all the way to Tokyo Disneyland in order to ride Splash Mountain.
So, any other thoughts? No?
No, I thought everybody came up good. I'm happy that everyone liked keeping the Tiki Room theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, oh, good. I don't-
That one's pretty. You got to keep that.
It's relaxing, and you got to eat a Dole Whip somewhere. You're not going to do it in the magic carpets of Aladdin.
Right.
I'm on the carpet.
A whole new pineapple ice cream. Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Let us know what you guys think. What would you guys do if you had a clean slate in Adventureland? You didn't have to be tied down to what's been there. What would you want to see in Adventureland? What sort of attractions would you like to build?
The blue bangle.
Would you want a full Bengal barbecue restaurant?
with decently proportioned chicken on the skewers.
We want the premium price barbecue stick.
Right. Let us know what you think. You can reach us on all of our different social medias. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember, before your bobsled comes to a complete stop, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember...
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.